Have you heard? You heard? Something is going to happen today. What is it? Stick around. Stick with me. You think you had a lot of fun before? You're going to have much more fun because this is an exciting episode as all the other episodes that you've watched before and after. This is going to be very exciting. I'm Wentworth B. Manson here. And I'm still having this independence rush. This, like they have one day as an independence celebration. No, I am giving you every day to show you the wealth, what's going to happen. And the oral stories, the humorous stories you're going to hear today. And this episode is going to be something new. When I say something, everything is something new every day, right? But what is going to happen? Right? Now, I have been going back in my past in all of the episodes telling you about myself. Now I'm going to incorporate some other things that happens in my youth coming up. And in a post-independent period, I'm coming towards an independent period, right? So there's some things, stick with me. Like I said, there is so much wealth of knowledge. You got a lot of wealth too, right? And I want this to be an exciting program for you. 2 for the price of 1. This topic today, 2 for the price of 1. When I say 2 for the price of 1, today you look at a nice tennis, right? Now you hear me stammer, sometimes I do stammer, right? That's a part of it, right? Because public speaking was not one of my strongest points. But hey, stick with me. You will find out how I get out of it, right? Now, 2 for the price of 1. When I look at these kind of tennis that the young people have, right? Now, I'm not promoting the tennis per se, this particular brand, but I'm just talking about it now. Tennis, something. Now, going back to my childhood, as I said to you, coming out of, I like to go back and come forward. Now, you remember going back in my history, I talk about my primary school, William Gordon, right? Roughly around about 1969 or so. For some of you all, they all was not born, right? Because I only 22. They say, you 22? What? How you look right now? No, don't worry with the bed, man. Don't worry with the bed. Don't worry with the bed. When they cut the bed off. See, I look like I'm 22, for example. This is me here, right? This is me. I always like to put my little picture here, right? You can see that, right? Let me move on the side. You can see that, right? That's me. I ain't changed much. Never had that much bed. Never had nothing to say that I look like my other brothers, them, who I'm going to be talking about. He's going to, if you would tie him, he would look like that guy who said, ho, 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 ho. But not me, not him, right? Now, so this is, like I said, this is something exciting. And like I said, I'd like for you to know much more about me because I saw in the various programs that I'm dealing with now on my podcast, I see that you're interested in knowing much more about me, right? And history, because it is a rich history, it's a rich heritage, right? And so I am here. And again, this is as you can hear me, this is a one-man podcast, right? Don't have nobody in the studio with me, right? But I am going to do this, the show today that you will know exactly what I'm talking about. So like I said, let me go back to, as I said, back to my childhood, back in my school, William Gordon. Now my brother, like I like to say in the other podcasts, if you haven't seen it yet, the one who had 50 Cent, Alexander, the one who looked like that other guy, right? But I got something also on him too. When I say something on him, some important information that came to me, doing a lot of research and so forth, understanding some things. But anyway, so now my brother, who's Alexander, he went to TTG Global. That's another primary school. Like I said, in the United States, you got what do you call it? Primary school, preschool, I guess what you would call that. But I was in preschool, and I was in preschool for long till I went to primary school, which is, and then you got middle school. I guess that's middle school will be junior high school in the Bahamas, and then you got high school for high school or whatever, and that in the United States. And that time, like I said, I know all the times, right? But I live with the Bahamas. But you in the United States, you know what that means, right? After you got to middle school, high school, we're getting ready for college, I guess. So anyway, now my brothers now, like I said, he went to TTG Global, which normally they wore black pants, white shirt. The ladies wear red skirt, white blouse. That's the school. Like they said, they always call it teacher glow, red and white, looking for fight. They always love to fight. Little kids love to fight. And so what? Now, so my brother, now he went to that school. Then afterwards, I followed him because my brother, Glenn Alexander Manson, right? We went to the same building of school, but the building had two different schools in it. One was Columbus Primary, and one was William Gordon. Some people call it Eastern Senior at the time. This is a lot of history. So, but I say I'm just coming back, so I want you to know what I'm talking about now. So my brother and I, we went after my time in William Gordon. As I told you, I was supposed to go to the government high. You remember I talked about that in previous episode, or you may not have reached that yet. But I was supposed to go to the government high school. But then, like I said, since I stammered, I had a speech impediment, I would not talk. So eventually, I went to Teaching Glover, and then that's the period of time that I had a lot of information, a lot of friends, and everything was there, a lot of sandwiches and other things. Now, the schools, like I said, there's a lot of history that I got other podcasts I talk about in that, right? Or what we saw. Now I get into the point, I want you to stick with me. This is important. Now, my little brother, George Henry Manson II, right? Because my dad was George Henry Manson the first, in the first in terms of New Providence. But his daddy before him was George Henry Manson, right? And then the thing was his daddy before him was George Henry Manson, and his daddy called him Junior. Now since he was junior to his daddy, now my brother is junior to him because he was Sicilian, right? So what happens is he now coming into THG Global, and you know school days. That's when not this kind of brand name tennis, but that's when the tennis just started coming out at them days, and he had coming into the 70s now, 73 independence then gone, 73 then gone, 75 somewhere around in there, 76, 77, 70 somewhere around in there, coming. And now there were times when in school, just like school today has a lot of cliques. Persons them want to be, they always want to have brand name everything. Parents gotta buy this, gotta buy that for them to believe that they have something going on. Because if you don't have the right kind of tennis, then you can't stand. So now, back in the day, that's when everybody used to wear, I guess, before the days, the two basketball players that came with Magic and Larry Bird back in the day, right? So you remember the brand name tennis that came in was what? Converse. You remember Converse? Converse? Not like this. You had the high top Converse, and you had the different and the star and everything on it and all of that, right? That was the day. And then now my brother Henry, George Henry Manson, he'd be junior to my daddy, but he'd be George Henry Manson the third, right? So now watch this. So everybody got tennis. We still walking around with, we call them back in the day, nanny pickups. When you got no brand name tennis, they call it nanny pickups. That's the term that we call it in the Bahamas, nanny pickups, meaning that when you walk in it, everything sticks in it. That's all they good for. So now, but everybody wore Converse, top brand. Some got the white ones, somebody got the green ones, somebody got the red ones, some got every colors, and they step in mad. And so now, when I got to TH Global, I had none of those, right? I just had regular shoes. I had some regular Clarks. At the time, they call it a brand of Clarks. And when the sun come out, man, that thing can burn you and so forth. And then what happens is then they got in the tongue of the shoes, in the tongue, right in the tongue here. They got one little band cross here. And when you pull it, you put your foot in. Man, that thing can be resting on my foot, making. And then so what I get and cut it. When you cut it, everything fall apart. Clap. Now you ain't got no more shoes. And then if I go home and I let my mother know that, my mother dead. right? Now you see that photograph at the back of me. If you look at all of the pictures, then you see something in the back. That's I talk about that later on, but like I said, that'll be my mother in that, right? Her image. Now, so what happens is, so my brother, he now started working with my daddy. My daddy which is George Henry Manson, that'd be George Henry Manson the second. Someone George Henry, right? George Henry Manson, my dad, right? Now my dad was a shoemaker, a cobbler. You know, they say cobbler, a shoemaker, and he was a good shoemaker. And I will talk about him later on as time going. So now my brother would work with him and get a little sum of money. And he said to my mother, our mother, say she was going away to Miami because she loved to go traveling Christmas time and so forth. So he said to her, Mom, I want you, when you go, I want you to buy me a pair of Conways. What I say? Conways. He said, no problem. So she went, you know, she traveling. Like I said, I always like to see, I may not always like to, well, I never would have traveled back in them days like that. And I think the plane trip, the plane ticket, I guess, boy, I think it ran with $13 or so. Conways at that time cost around about $13 or so, right? So that's a plane trip ticket. And so anyway, so she said to him, he said to her, I want you to purchase that, because like I said, it takes you over, that's what the kids them were wearing. Just like the kids them today, they like to wear the brand name shoes and so forth. So anyway, so when she went away, she purchased him a pair of Conways, right? Conways. Stick with me. This is interesting, right? So when she came back, I always like to see what she purchased. And so she looked at, and my brother couldn't wait, because he then telling everybody in school, but yeah, I getting Conways. Conways. You know, like in them days, when you get your Conways clean, you know, the people like to do, they like to say, they like to step on and say, let me christen it. They put the one foot on it, let me christen it. Boy, that caused fight. You stepping on my brand new pair of Conways. So that cost fight. So now, 2 for the price of 1, right? So now watch this. So now my mother came in. So my mother give him the pair of Conways. Right? Look at the Conways. And then she not only passed him one, she also passed me a pair. And look at it. Mom, this ain't what I tell you for. I tell you I wanted Conways. This ain't no Conways. This Conways look alike. You know, like how Conways had that star on it. You know how Conways had a star on the side of it. This particular look-alike also had a star on it, right? But only one that, and it normally looks, you know, it ain't got the shape, but it, for people who don't know, and my mother didn't know, she see the tennis, right? So, and it has a star, like a list on it. But what happens is, you gotta peel that, when you pick the star, or pick that thing, you gotta peel it off. My brother started one piece of crying. Oh, but I didn't want you giving red, white. I didn't tell you what. I mean red, white. You give it. I'm gonna say, boy, you should have priced that tennis. $13, you know what that could buy? I couldn't buy one tennis for you. And then don't purchase none for your brother. Right? But hey, he cried. Them days, like you said, he cried. And now to go to school now, you go to school now and tell all your friends them you haven't Conways when they look and they see you. Manson, what you get? This is no Conways, boy. This Conways look alike. But you been in throwing foolishness away. They throw it away. I know that. And Manson, your brother get the same foolishness you get. These ain't no Conways, these corn gone. These ain't no good. Not any pickups. Right? Now, something I'd like to say with Conways, so since I on the program, on the thing with Conways. Now, Conways was a nice pair of tennis, right? But now I had a problem with Conways. The makers who made it. Now, the story up here, everything, that was a nice thing. But you know, after the time, you walking and running, you playing, you wear out the sole, and everything drop out. And only thing you left with the top of Conways. That was my experience of Conways. So, but like I said, Conways was it was a great time. Like I said, I trained on the side because I got so much treasures. I putting them on the side, right? Now, schools, teach you global. Like I said, that was an important time in my life. As in terms of it. Now, say I'm moving along, right? Like I said, you got to go back to the various previous episodes to get much more understanding. Same things I miss out, but you go out and the other ones and write me, talk about your experience, right? So, like I said, I got a wealth of knowledge. Like I said, so being in T.H. Glover was an experience. Another thing in T.H. Glover, why I say here, let me talk about this. Haircuts. You see my hair? I don't like haircuts to this day. I don't like my haircut, right? Now, my dad, George A. Manson, he's always said us, boy. And you know, he used to talk to me a little rough. I mean, I like to cry a lot. Don't talk to me out. I didn't want. Now, my brother, listen to me. My other brother, Henry, you will get to meet him sometime, maybe in the future. But like I said, you only know about him now. But what happened was, he would always work with my daddy, and like I said, and then when my daddy say A, he say B. I said to myself, that's a no honest boy, but I didn't know that their relationship. Me and my mother's close. I was mama's boy. He was daddy's boy. He's like Esau and Jacob, right? I was Jacob. I was mama's boy. He was Esau. He's daddy's boy, right? So the two of them had them kind of relationship. So, but anyway, my dad was always said to us, especially when school opening up and looking at my hair, he said to us, boy, you need a haircut. Why I want a haircut? I don't need a haircut. I want a haircut. Now, he had a particular barber he would send us to, right? Now, this barber is already passed now. He used to be on East Street, south going up, passing, I guess, big one at the time, up in the area, up in Taylor Street and so forth. Tall man. And when you go to him, I tell them, because, you know, school again, everybody's school, they could influence their parents. So I try the same thing too. I think, yeah, I want my hair cut like this, and I want that style like that, and then I want it like this, and I want it like that. Say, shut up! Don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me nothing. I know what kind of haircut your daddy want. Yeah, I know what kind of haircut your daddy wants you to have. And we start in a chair, and you know them times they like to talk about a lot of boat racing. You know, the other man in the barber shop, and they talk, and he got your hair. He hold your hair. He cut. He said, I want to shape up like this. Don't tell me I know how your daddy want. And they talk to these boys. And then, you know, that boat tack. You know, tack and I was so slow Sicilian boat. Tack mean the boat turning. When they turn the boat, you know, turn. That's the tack. So he tack. When he finish, man, my hair, bald head, skinny pork. We call it skinny pork. That's how I should. And then I didn't like my hair being like that, because then my brother, Glenn, that's another problem. He's a teaser. Like they said, he should tease you. If he find out that something that you hate, boy, he gonna tease you. Alexander, he reminds me of our former Prime Minister, Alexander, right? He liked to tease too. When he got something on you, I guess all Alexanders like that. I guess. They like to tease. If they find something wrong with you, but they can tease you. So when my dad didn't cut my hair, now I had a coconut head. I had a coconut, you know, the coconut butt, you know, the sharpness of the head, how the head shape. And I didn't like that. And then he used to hold it. And he used to hold it. And he used to put his hand on my head like that. Like on my head. And you know, that little butt, he told it to split. And rake it. And man, everything is rage at me. I like a lion rage at me. But I won't hide him. And then he running around the place and so forth. Then he telling other places, look at, I bet you can't feel my Manson, but then they call me arthritis Manson, M-A-N-S-O-N, but everybody's like, they call us Manson, so we take it to Manson, bet you can't feel Manson, but. So that guy said, what you mean I can't feel Manson, but? Nah, I using this because his name is Eddie, right? What you mean I can't feel Manson, but? Now, my brother had a nice round head. You know people got them round head? Them big round head? And so forth, they had round head, but mine's, like I said, had a little butt. And then the guy who named Eddie too, he had a little round head. But it's big head. It's a big head. So he going in, because my brother teasing him, I bet you can't heal for myself. And he going in, put my head, and they start laughing. When he try to run, I pick him a stone. Do you think the David was good on throwing stones? I take a stone, I take a try. When he banged the curve, that stone had a laser on it. When he banged the curve, that thing, now he look at when he feel the head, he look at the hand, he expect to see blood. He look at me, I look at him. Home wasn't that far. So I start dashing, running, but he running behind me. I gotta get you, I gotta get you, I gotta get you, man. And when he tried to get me, I dash inside the door. Boom! My mother come inside. Now he has truck. I in my and I in the office home. That's a truck passing. So what happened is that I dashed in the house. When he almost grabbed me, my mother asked me, "What happened here?" He said, Miss Kelly, they called my mother Miss Kelly, when going and hit me the rock in my head. She said, yeah, but he ain't just hit you like that. What you did to him? See, cause like we always tell only our side. Like somebody said that there's three sides to the story. Your side, the other person's side, and the truth, right? So you only tell like a kind. You only tell I only tell what he did to you or what she did to you. But then there's somebody on the other side. No, they ain't go like that. This is how I go, right? So these are things. So my brother, he was always like this. Now, moving along. Right now, something else. Now, my brother, we in the back in them days, and even earlier, we used to shine shoes. Like I said, in some of the other podcasts, we used to shine shoes. I'm moving. So since I remember certain things, now I want to get this out of the way, right? Now, we used to shine shoes. We had our little box because our daddy was, like I said, my daddy was a shoemaker, and he was shining shoes, and my brother Henry, he would shine shoes and learn all of the trade. So we would shine shoes. We'd go down on Bay Street back in the day in the 60s. Now I can't remember not much. I remember going to school and so forth, but we'd be there, and my brother would be shining shoes. And him and the next young man, they call him Black Boy. I think his name is Alexander too. I believe his name is Alexander too, Black Boy. And so what happened was he coaxed us to go down Bay Street. So we go down Bay Street shining shoes, and when you shine shoes down Bay Street, just shining the tourists themselves shoes and so forth. And then we had something. Let me go back to my dentist. Now, so you got your shoes. Say, "Kind of shine shoes, shoes shine boy, right?" So now what happens is you put the foot on the box like I normally put your foot on the box, and then you brush it, Now my brother Glenn, he was good. They was good on that. He would brush it. And then polish on, polish it up and everything, and so forth. Now that time I walking on Bay Street, I bare feet. I don't like shoes. I still don't like shoes now. I mean, I can barely like it, but as you get older, I don't like shoes, right? And I don't like my hair being cut. I don't like that, right? So now, so he shined the guy's shoes, so the tourists look at me, and the tourists look and say, "Boy, you ain't got no shoes. I will purchase shoes for you." And them days, the tourists them would come and purchase shoes in Nassau and them times. So my brother said, no, he got shoes on him. He ain't want no shoes. And that time, then they told the tourists them hold my head, and he put his hand on my head and rub it, right? So now, I wouldn't have done anything, right? But I look at my brother, Glenn, and he looked at me and he started to laugh. And I started swinging at the tourists, being a little 5 or 6. That's what happened, boy. He said, my brother said, Glenn, he said, he don't like people feeling his head, right? So these are things there. Now, so what happens now? Now back to shoe shining on Bay Street. Now, we had a song, we would sing a song, after you polish shoes, you let it dry, the man put the next foot up. Let that dry, the polish dry on that. And then after that, you come back with your next brush, your harder brush, and then you buff it up and shine it up. And then you get your cloth, and you put your cloth on it. So let me put your cloth, you get your cloth on it. I'm just moving on the way so you can see something. I'm getting a cloth, right? Using this as a cloth, right? This is the cloth, this is fun. So you put on the shoes, this is shoes here. You put it on shoes, and then you have to do it, you do that. Then we sing a song. Please don't forget to bring all your friends to little New Providence. Please don't forget to bring all your friends to Little New Providence. There's an extra word for it, right? Bring all your, because the song might be copyrighted, so I don't want to use it. Please don't forget to bring yourself to Little New Providence. And you got your towel. And mine used to be shining shoes. And they sing, and I can do it, so I was a little younger, so I never was like that. So anyway, so these are the things in there. Now, then we also used to go from there. From there, we used to hike. Back in the little children hiking from Bay Street, because we hike, and we go to the Windsor Field, the international airport, which now is the Linden Independence and Nassau Airport. We went up there, hike up there to go shine shoes because Black Boy said, Alexander, he said to my brother, Alexander, let's go to the airport. And I follow them too. And we go and we hike and catch a ride. People park a car, park a trucks. People say we're going so far, jump off. And then later you got there. Then you're trying to find the shoes because you got a lot of tourists them need the shoes to be cleaned. And you got a lot of policemen chasing you. Hey, what you doing? You're supposed to be, come here. Ah. They running behind you, and you got to duck and you got to dodge them and so forth. You got to make your little 10 cents here and your little money some here. Like I said, back in the day, we got paid in 10 cent, 5 cent, 25 cent, and things like that. Change, small little change. Like my brothers, them who are good at it. Then, so now another thing when you're coming home. Now my brother had this problem. I never had the problem, right? Now when you're coming home, my brother, there was a guy who named. He's been waiting on my brother because my brothers had the whitening. They had all of the things to go for shoes. When the shoes white, you need the whitening, and you like how you got the black polish. You got something you got in the container and the border. Like how you press it and you rub it on the shoes with a sponge and everything, and the whitening come out. So now my brother used to always get robbed. My brother was big. He could tease, but he wasn't big. He couldn't fight. As tall as he was. He couldn't fight. The guys them still just bullying him around because you know how young people do in school when they wrench up their face. Now that's women like a dog barking. Now the next dog get afraid, and the next dog make it beat him. But next dog looking at all that dribble coming from his mouth and so forth, so he back off. So my brother now afraid to talk this guy, and every day this guy would tax him. The guy would call him Monster. Like I said, that's his nickname, Monster. Like I said, look just like that other guy spoke to you about in other programs. They look just like that same for Frankenstein head. Monster. And I just showing him this him here. But this is totally different from him. I look here today. This is him and my mother. Right? This is my mother went to the States because my like I said, like your States, but they now on a boat cruise. And you saw the other episodes, but this him here, tall, and he's very tall back in the day, right? So now what happens was he come in with his shoe shine box walking home. So it hit him. One guy named T. Bones. Bone. He was a big guy, live on in the area, East Street, Wentworth area, Windsor Park area, sort of that. And he was a big guy. And he just like to rob my brother. And when my brother coming home, my brother said, boy, now I know T. Bone will be there, he won't tax me. So he take his money and hid it in the whitening box. So in case T. Bone comes and succession, he ain't got no money. So T-Bone said, Monster! That's his nickname, Monster. They like call him the Monster. My brother looked just like that same big skull head, broad shoulders, like same thing like at home, like a chest little broad, and then waist and foot and go down to your legs, narrow, and he got them big shoes. Monster! Just like the other guy, what I told you about, right? Right? Ali. Like how Ali looked like them two, got that same kind of resemblance. Ali. So he said, Monster, come on, some money. My brother said, I ain't got no money, man. He said, well, if you ain't got no money, give me that whitening. It's like he knew he hid the money in the whitening, but my brother said, no, he finds the money. No. Yeah, gave him a couple of dollars, right? And that's my brothers always get robbed in those days. Because he was a teaser, but he no fighter. Right? Now, something else, this guy named T-Bone. Life is funny. T-Bone, he was a big guy. Now, I have an ex-cousin. His name is Johnny. Right? He said to me that when he found out T-Bone, this young guy used to terrorize everyone back in the day in his area. Everybody terrorized. So he said when he found out that T-Bone died, he couldn't believe it. He had to go to T-Bone home. Hello, how you doing? I want to verify. I heard that T-Bone passed away. I want to know if that is true. So the parents and the family member said, yes, he passed away, XYZ. He said, now my cousin said, when he heard that, he went home and he threw a party. Bike, throw this bike up, share it out. So he said for that. I said, but what you done here? He said, but you know how much that guy was a terror to me? Boy, happy gone. I mean, sorry, gone, right? Now I have a next friend named Clifton Colbert. He too spots. That was my best man in my wedding, right? We've been together a lot of time. Clifton Henry Colbert. So we do a lot of evangelism. Now this is something weird on in the future. But like I said, since the time is coming, I need to get these things because I may forget it, right? Because it's in my head as they come along. And I've given you this is a lot of knowledge for you. because I want you to know in my history. Now, so me and him, it's his friend. He hang with him, my friend Clifton Quarterback. He hang with him, and so forth. So what happens was we found out that T-Bone was sick, and he was in the hospital. And his family said that he had given up. You know, like when you get to the stage that you know the death is coming, everybody just sing that they stop eating, they stop doing anything, right? So anyway, so my brother and I, not my brother, but my brother, which is Clifton Goldberg, that brother in the Lord. So he said, Manson, let's go to the hospital. Let's go see my friend. And my friend, and this T-Bone also named my brother name is Glenn Alexander, right? And T-Bone name is also Glenn. Well, that's a coincidence, eh? So anyway, we went to Princess Margaret Hospital. We went on the ward. They were. So his eyes closed. He ain't talking to nobody. So all of a sudden, my friend Clifton Colbert, which is also his friend, he said to him, Glenn. And when he heard the voice, he opened his eyes up. So then my friend Clifton said to me, Manson, talk to him, because why? He said that because sometimes when you, even though you got your friends and you try to talk to them no matter what, they tend you think to be talking about them. So you always let somebody else who much more experienced, another brother or another sister talk or witness for them. So anyway, I talked to him and I started talking to him about his life, and then talking to him is that if he's prepared to go and so forth. Say, yeah, I prepared to go. But I said, I'm taking a chance, right? So I said there, as I talked to him and build him up about the kingdom of God and the love of the Lord Jesus Christ and what he wanted for us and what he prepared for us and so forth. And so I asked him if he'd like to make sure. So he said the sinner's prayer, and we allowed Jesus to come and his life and so forth. So after we prayed for him and everything, and they didn't talk and so forth, we left him and we gone back. So now, as we were leaving, it hit me. I said to him, hey Clifton, hey, Brother Colbert, I said, yeah. You said a guy named Glenn. That's T-Bone? That's the T-Bones? He said, yeah, that's T-Bone. I said, what? Boy, that's T-Bones? Boy, he robbed my brother Glenn. And he robbed my brother Glenn so many times. And you let me, I was just joking, right? But like I said, it hit me. It just hit me afterwards. I didn't know who T-Bone was. I know of his reputation. But I didn't know him personally. Like I said, my brother's older than me, and my brother, I normally stay home. My brother was always roaming and so forth, shining shoes. Him and Black Boy, like they shine shoes. Like I said, T-Bone was the tax collector. He was the man, he's the guy in the block. He terrorized everybody. So like I said, my cousin was old better being a little bit older than him too. But he was slim. And he would have lived through Milton Street, which is another territorial area. But T-Bone would attack all of them, and he would have robbed anybody. Right? So these are things that it reminds me of them days with that. So like I said, so my brother, my brother Glenn was like that, right? He was a big guy, but he was a scary guy. So this is my time talking to you about my experiences. Like I said, the experience of the young people today. You all know the young people of the day in 2026, whenever you see this program, you all don't have fun, man. You all only telephone and phone and so forth and everything. And my brother Glenn had a situation. My brother Glenn, he had a situation like when he had phones, since I'm on this, when he had telephones and cell phone, right? So he got back in the day, he had a nice racer, racer, you flip up, and then he died. So he said, boy, you got this fancy phone? So he called me, like I said, everybody's calling us Manson. He said, Manson, let me tell you something. Manson, let me tell you something. Only thing I need a phone for is to know how to turn it on and turn it off. Turn it on, turn it off. I said, well, that's why you don't need a phone. You could get a block. I could give you a big block and you just put a little button on it, turn it on and turn it off. And back in the day when they had them first cell phone, they were like a block, big, right? It's like you can have one there. But like I said, I had a little Panasonic phone and I didn't like it because I had somebody who had access to phones, and so they allowed us to test certain phones, right? So again, these are my experiences of my past. Like I said, so the Conway's era, for those two for the price of one. The corn was error. Like my mother, like I said, she didn't know the difference, so she just bought two. And like I said, when you go to school, they teach you, and the students them saw that. Man, they teach, like I said, they teach you just like in school today, they teach you, and then you get ain't about what happened with you. Look at that. Man, see them got the 90 pickups. We call it sweet water. Everything we call it sweet water, right? So again, I want you to like, subscribe, and share. Like I said, this is exciting, right? And you think that this is exciting, wait for the next episode as we moving along in time periods. Time periods, like I said, sometimes it might be older in terms of the episode, but like I said, you watch all the episodes, eventually, like I said, you learn much more. And the thing is, I want you to, man, write me down in the comments. Let me know how you enjoying the program, right? This is Blueprint Land Creation Podcast. That's one of them. And then the other one is Blueprint Land Creation Archives, right? This is maybe on, you may see this on archives too, but sometimes I might cut it up and put it on land creation, because like I said, I see that persons on all sides want to know much more about my life. It's an interesting life, and I'm very wealthy of knowledge. You got knowledge too. And this is why YouTube, Facebook, I on just going on TikTok. Just learn how to do TikTok. Just let I now on TikTok, right? But you see my avatar with the round circle, the eye and the half thing, and the BLC in the middle. That's me, right? So again, I want you to like, subscribe, and share, man. See you next time.